Essex's bowling lineup, I think, always puts them within a shout of success within any season. Of course, the selection of Sam Cooke, as I've been mentioning, is going to put a bit of a spanner in the works. But I guess, Essex probably would have been seeing this coming at some point. I think they know just how good he's been, and the fact that he's been a big part of the England Lions in the sort of last year and a half, 2 years. So yeah, again, it puts them in an unprecedented place because, as I was mentioning, Sam Cooke is, despite being the sort of standout option, hasn't bowled for England yet. So I think it'd be interesting to see how Essex kind of react to that. And obviously Jamie Porter, I think, will have to step up as the leader of the bowling, the seam bowling attack, and they'll need sort of fringe fast bowlers, Thane and Richards, and whether or not again they're going to kind of look to take anyone in from the outside. It will be interesting to see, who kind of steps up to fill in, say Snater becomes your second seamer, who becomes your third and fourth seamers, and I think that will be the really interesting thing. As I mentioned, the spin bowling I think is of a level, and Harmer I think is of a level, and Critchley are of a level. They'll always be picked, and I think on a good spinning pitch, I think they are as good of a sort of duo act, if you will, as it probably gets in the country. Other than, again, maybe Somerset, who we'll get onto in the next preview. I think, going on to their back to their batting, obviously because it was the first thing we covered, I think their batting is a sort of a solid standard. I think they use an American phrase of where their floor is. Where if everything went wrong, where would their floor be? I think it's still not that low, because I think there's a lot of people who are just, as I say, with Wesley and Critchley, Elgar, I think you're going to get runs with them. I think it's just interesting to see, if any one of those can go on to score massive, especially someone like Critchley, I think will be a really big part of if they can compete for a title. I think maybe there's some consistent performers within there, but again, Pepper as well, Thane, if they can get some, runs, 600, 700 runs, I think it'll be really interesting because they'll be putting their bowling lineup within the chances to win, I guess. And again, I think I've written here, I think they need someone to have like a career year. I think Elgar will probably get you in and around 1,000 runs this season. I mean, in a few less games, so maybe not 1,000 runs, but he'll probably average above 50. It's just a case of whether or not the other batters around him, someone like Wesley, can just have a massive year. I think he hasn't had a big year in a while, and I think he'll be really, wanting that and wanting to get into some really good form. So yeah, again, it was an interesting one. I think the batting is of a standard, so I think it leaves the bowling to be their emphasis, and the bowling is their emphasis. I think it always has been. So it will be interesting, again, to sort of see how that all pans out.